my wife just laid some true wisdom on me. I was in complaining about the chopper, which it's together and it's running, kind of. And I was just in there whining that it's got some intermittent issues that are all fine-tuning things, that you need to actually know what you're doing. And I've gone past the point of knowing what I'm doing at this point. So we're going to take her to Sturgis, and some friends who actually know what they're doing are going to help me. But what my wife, the wisdom she laid upon me is that every beautiful thing in a man's life will be a massive pain in your ass. I don't know if that's how she meant it, but that's what I heard. So yeah, chopper's done, at least as far as I can take it. I've done rejetting. I've done chasing down ground problems. All these things yielded an issue that I was able to find out and nail down and get straightened out, but she's still, like, she rides down the road. You know what I mean? Like, I just took it on a multi-mile circle. You go a little further every time after you figure out little things. And we went a little further and a little further and a little further. But still, she spits every once in a while. I don't know where to go with that. But every once in a while, there's a little bit of a spit. Or I'm change jetting. I'm getting into some big jets, but it's a big motor, so it probably needs that. I'm going a little further there. But really what I'm going to do now, we'll go over the bike in a second, is tomorrow I'm going to go up one higher on the main jet and the idle jet, and then load it for Sturgis and take it with me. So my buddy Bill Stevens is staying at the same campground. He is an expert, certainly an expert compared to me. Steve Broyles from Stevenson Cycles, everyone knows him as Poppy, one of the greatest dudes in the motorcycle game, is already been calling and FaceTiming with me trying to get this figured out. And he is going to be at Sturgis, not at the same campground, but at Sturgis. And he has said, I'm bringing jets and tools, man, and we'll get her lined out. So we've just really reached that point where I'm at the end of my expertise, and I need an expert mechanic who can really tune this thing. And, makes you really love that whole DynoJet Power Vision thing. Because that's just like, download a map and do a little tweaking, a little auto-tune. You take it to an expert, and they can do this, that, and the other, but she always runs. I have an S&S Super G carb on this thing, which is a big old carb. And if it ain't right, she don't run. Or she just goes, hey, you know what, I'm going to stop running now. Like, just suddenly they'll do that. Not under load riding on the road, but like returning to idle, she just like decides to go to sleep sometimes. And you pull right off, hit the starter, she starts right up. All right. So anyways, as far as I am. So we'll go around the bike, and then we're going to talk about, we had some people say, like, we want to be clear where we can meet you and the missus at Sturgis. So I'm going to go over that very quick schedule and free stuff. All right, so we're going to be part of some giveaways, and you can actually get a free Pro Monkey seat at Sturgis. So we'll tell you how to do that, too. There she be, looking all skinny. So the headlight, just because I've had a lot of questions, that is an Alleyway Customs. They make small batches of them, so you have to get on their website and really, order one, because they're just not something they have a bunch of them on the shelf. I think he makes like a half dozen at a time. But again, Alleyway Customs, Customs with a K. Front end's a Paughco Springer. Wheels are black bike. Tank is a Frisco style, skinny little 2-gallon, painted by my buddy Chopper Carl. I did rush him. He only had a couple weeks to do it, and it wasn't enough time. So if you look closely, or if you see it at Sturgis, you're going to see it has really bad orange peel. That's a temporary condition. Because when I get home from Sturgis, the tank and the rear fender are going to come back off, and I'm going to 2K clear the shit out of it in the garage, and we'll bring it around. So the finish is not where it needs to be, but we ran out of time. So it is what it is for right now. Yes, it was running lean as hell. That's why I have a lot of discoloration on the pipes. We'll take care of that as well. I fattened it up a lot. It only had a 70 jet in it. So if you're like an expert on this stuff, you'll know that 70 is nowhere near big enough for a motor that big, which is at least 98 inches. Chances are bigger. So, yeah, I've got the cover off the ignition right now because I've been screwing around with it. It's set probably where it needs to be, so I can throw that back on, but it is what it is. Forward controls are by a company named Outlaw. I hate that they put Outlaw on their cover of their master cylinder. I live in Florida. That causes issues. So I'm going to have to figure out, or maybe have JH make a custom cover or something, but I'm not a fan of rolling around. Oh, that's some leakage where there's the additional little bleed off there. It's fine. But that, I can't roll around with a cover that says Outlaw on my covers, on my forward controls. Paughco oil tank, center fill. The battery I'm running is actually the same battery that was in the purple bike. So this All I'm using from that purple bike, if you're wondering, is the rear brake, which is an Arlen Ness performance machine. The transmission, which I think is a Jim's 5-speed. I know it's a 5-speed, but I think it's a Jim's, and the motor, which is an S&S. Nothing of the rest of this is from that purple bike. So some people have said, like, oh, is that the frame? And no. The only thing on this bike from that purple bike that we call the Purple Nurple is the engine, the transmission, and the rear brake. Nothing else on here is from that. Frame is Paughco. I believe it's like 33 degrees rake. It's like stock rake. Those forks are 6 over. So it does give it a little bit different stance, even though it's stock rake. Let me think. Sissy bar is Paughco. It's their standard, same one I had on Brown Sugar. The seat is by Jeffrey Phipps. So the seat pan was made by my buddy at Brand at Quality Handmade Cycle. Great guy, really, really good dude. He made the seat pan, and then Jeffrey Phipps did all the cool stitching and all that. So we have the pleating and the diamonds running up the whole thing. Pipes are Paughco. That was a last minute decision. I had those side dumps, but they just didn't look as cool as it could. So I bought these that are for a soft tail and then had to fabricate a mount system. I actually used a light mount for like a bull bar. That's what I used for that, and then took the stock bracket that came with them and then cut and shortened and tweaked a little bit and made that all fit. So I'm kind of proud of that setup, because this is, again, for like a 90s soft tail, which this is not. So I had to make that work. License plate mount, I can't remember, because it came with a light. I ditched the light, changed the light to one I got from Throttle Addiction. Yeah, so inner and outer primary is all drag specialty stuff. It's leaking, as it will. Oh, Boss Fab. I made a ship linkage for it. I just wasn't happy. So Boss Fab made that. So I bought it from him. Calm down. That cool Pingle petcock, I like that a lot. Neat little add-on. Coils of drag specialties. It's running single fire. So I've got it set up to where it's, which is not like I engineered this, but there's single fire and dual fire, where basically the coil is sparking both cylinders at the same time. Or you can do single fire, where it literally just sparks each cylinder, so you don't have as much detonation and stuff. So I am running single fire on it. Voltage regulator I had to change out. It's drag specialties. The oil filter turned out to be an old shovelhead FLH size. That was interesting. So track that down. There you go. Got drag bars on it. I love the stance. It actually rides really good. And for a dude my size, which I'm sure I would still look ridiculous on it, the stance on this and ergonomics are better than Brown Sugar was for me. So this bike is significantly larger than Brown Sugar when you see it. The actual like frame and the distance between the seat and the floor and the pegs and all that stuff. I mean, like, I am stretched out and comfy on this guy where I wasn't on Brown Sugar. So there she is, man. I mean, all of you that supported this channel from the beginning and members of the channel, like, you're the guys that made me able to go like, all right, well, there was a good deal on Paughco pipes. I spent $500 on those. So without you guys, I wouldn't have been able to do that. I'd have to run those inexpensive side dumps. So you all mean the world to me, really. So, and then so I leave in theory on Thursday this week. That's the goal. And then I'm gonna stop in Tifton, Georgia, and camp in the parking lot at Tifton Harley Davidson. One of the team members there, I don't know if he wants me to say his name, so I'm not gonna say his name, but one of the dudes who works at Tifton Harley said, hey, stop by and say hey and have coffee and stuff in the morning, whatever. And I said, I mean, I could do that. You know, I was gonna stop at a rest area, and he was like, parking lot, dude. So I'm not offering Harley dealerships as a place to stay on the way, but in this one instance, Tifton Harley, I'm going to be there really, really late Thursday night, and then get up and have coffee with the boys as they start work and then roll out. Then I'm going to stop somewhere in Illinois, maybe Mount Vernon-ish, I don't know. See my buddy Joe, who is going to be coming from the sort of Chicago area down to hang out. And then from there, I'm going to roll over to St. Louis, my hometown, where I'm going to stay at St. Charles, outside the city, and hang out with my buddy Bull. Tom's coming, all that stuff. It's going to be a blast. Then we'll go to... Where the hell do I go? Oh, I go to Sioux Falls to pick up the missus. She flies in there. Then we go to Pierre the Thursday before the rally, which I think is August 1st? I think it's right. August 1st is a Thursday. We're going to be in Pierre, South Dakota at the Grey Goose Social Club and Country Store. So if you are from the area and know where Pierre is or want to look it up, the Grey Goose Store and Social Club, come hang out that Thursday night. We will be there, just hanging out back with everybody, listen to music and stuff. It's going to be a good old time. So if you're in that area, come up to Pierre. We're going to hang out. It'll be the Thumpers and Tom and me and Daniel and Bull and the missus and then everybody else at the Grey Goose. So come hang out. Then from there, they're really the best times to meet us if you want to. are at the bike shows. So, like, we're going to be at the Iron Horse Saturday and Sunday. Saturday is the Dennis Kirk show, and Sunday is the Cycle Source show. Sunday, if you want to go to the bike show, is the better time to hang out with us because we'll be there all day. So, Cycle Source show on Sunday will be there from when it starts, like 11 a.m. until like 4 o'clock, right? We will be there all day. Saturday, I'm going to have to cut out and run to a really cool chance to hang out with us, and that, or me anyway, because the missus has to stay with the chopper. I'm jumping on the white bike, the new one we just built with the new Advan Black body, and I'm heading up to Black Hills Harley on that Saturday, and I will be there by hopefully around 12:30, and we're going to draw a free monkey seat, Pro Monkey seat. So Advan Black is bringing a Pro Monkey seat that fits, I think it's back to 09 actually. I always say that it's newer, but it's not. It goes way further back. It goes back to like 09 all the way to 23, not the CVOs, the regular bikes. A Pro Monkey seat for a modern bagger. They're going to have one there to give away. So you can actually go and win a Pro Monkey seat that day. And they're giving away gift cards. I think on Friday, I think they're giving away a tour pack and gift cards. And then Saturday, my day, they're giving away a Pro Monkey seat and gift cards. And then Sunday, they're giving away an ST fairing and gift cards. Like, Advan's giving away a bunch of stuff during this rally, so definitely stop by. So what you do for these is stop by anytime during the day, but by, midday, and they'll give you a physical raffle ticket. And then you just be there when they draw. I'm going to draw mine on Saturday and go, number blah, 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 won a seat. So come up to Advan Black's tent at Black Hills Harley Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, that first weekend. Get yourself a ticket, and you can win gift cards or an ST fairing or a tour pack or a Pro Monkey seat. But on Saturday, come hang out there. From there, the next great chance where we will be someplace all day is Monday, August the 5th. We will be at the Old School Chopper Show at the Full Throttle Saloon, and that's run by Steve Broyles. A bunch of people, but Steve Broyles, Poppy, I was mentioning earlier, that's his show. So, and probably others. I don't piss anybody off. I always piss people off. But that's another good chance. So on Monday, August 5th, come up to the Old School Chopper Show on the Full Throttle at the Full Throttle Saloon, and you can hang out with us there because me and the missus will be there all day. Sugar will be there too. Tom has Sugar and is going to take her to a bunch of shows. So she'll be at the Cycle Source show, I think, and she'll be at the Old School show and all that. So you can come up and see all these bikes. That bike will be there if I have to push it. So you can come see the beautiful loser at the Iron Horse on Saturday and Sunday, and at the Old School show on Monday. So I just had to jump on here and say thanks, man, because this thing is done as well as I can get it, and it's going to Sturgis if it freaking kills me, and I got to tow that sumbitch around. It'll be there. So come on out and see the beautiful loser. I'm also going to do a live stream from the road. I'm going to do daily updates and all that. So sorry, I've been a little out of pocket, but I've been working on this thing until 2 o'clock in the morning every night for the last couple of days, trying to line out little issues, but she runs. So come see it at Sturgis. Take care of each other. I love you all to death. Bye.